Hej hörni och välkomna tillbaka till en ny videojävel. Jag ber om ursäkt för att det har tagit sån tid sen sist. Jag håller på med ett projekt på sidan av som tagit all min energi och all min tid. Kommer bli sjukt fett om jag får till allting. Och ni vet, även fast det inte dyker upp videor eller sånt där så håller jag på med saker bakom kulisserna hela tiden. Och det är oftast lite sjukare grejer så att det är inte säkert att det alltid kommer ut för att jag inte lyckas. Men skitsamma. För någon vecka sedan fick jag ett mail av Apt Sportsline från Tyskland. Och de frågar, vill du komma hit Marcus? Vi vet att du har beställt en RS6. Kom hit och kolla på våra RS6 som vi bygger om. Och jag tänkte direkt bara, när kan jag komma? Jag kommer direkt. Så jag drog ner. Och för er som inte vet vad Apt Sportsline är, här kommer en introduktion. Välkommen till en snabbresa genom Apt Sportsline. Pionjärerna inom bilprestanda och motorsport sedan 1896. Från sina rötter som en lokal verkstad i Bayern har Apt vuxit till ett globalt namn inom tuning och racing. Deras passion för perfektion har drivit dem att skapa högpresterande fordon för entusiaster över hela världen. Med fokus på innovation, kvalitet och prestanda. Från tävlingsbanan till vanliga vägar fortsätter Apt Sportsline att skriva historia genom att erbjuda unika och spännande körupplevelser för alla biltokare där ute. Det var större än jag trodde. Nu har vi klivit upp tidigt i morse och satt oss på ett flyg till Frankfurt och sen till München. Alltså ett dubbelflyg för att ta sig till München. Men det är värt det, för vi har blivit inbjudna till, heter ABT eller Apt? Jag vet inte, det är ett efternamn i alla fall. Så nu är vi i München här hos Apt och ska få en rundtur här idag och ja, kolla bilarna som står ute. Om det står såna här ute, då vet man vad det står inne. Fattar du? Kolla på den. RS6-LE. Hello.
Nice to meet you. How are you? Everything good?
I'm good now.
Perfect. How was your trip?
It was long. We had a double flight here. It was the only option. So.
Oh, okay. So now you can see even more.
Nu har vi fått komma in här hos Apt och ska få en rundtur här. Och Sven här ska ge oss rundturen idag. Och Sven, what are you doing here at Apt?
Yeah, so I'm the sales manager export for some areas like Scandinavia, the Netherlands, Poland, Austria and the Middle East. And yeah, I try to sell as much cars as possible in that area and also to show around guests from these countries in that house here.
Let's begin the tour.
Yeah. Here we have like the RS6 Johann Abt Signature Edition. It's limited to 64 cars worldwide.
Oh wow.
So each car has its own number, which makes it even more exclusive. And until this day, it's the most exclusive RS6 we ever built up. And you also see it from the exterior. Yeah. So we made a lot in the exterior, like side plates, mirror caps, new wheels in 22-inch forged. We have like a front lip. We have a complete new rear.
It's kind of red carbon. Oh.
Exactly, it's red carbon. So we used that on purpose just to make some different optical things compared to the normal carbon structure that we use in other editions.
So Johan is the founder.
Johann Abt is the company founder, and that's why also this name. And 64 is because Johann Abt was 64 years old when he died back in the days.
Okay, when was that?
That was like 15 years ago.
Okay. This thing looks amazing.
Yeah, it's also nice because it has 800 horsepower, which is done by new intercoolers, new turbochargers, an additional oil cooling system. and also to an additional software that we put on an additional ECU.
So you can get that out of it without opening the engine.
Exactly, exactly. That's what is possible here. But we also have one bigger step where we also make a lot of engine conversion that I will show you.
Yeah,
later.
perfect, perfect.
Yeah. What's that in the middle?
In the middle, you see that's a time capsule.
Yeah.
That's one of the material he used in his forge back in the days.
Oh.
You can see it a bit better over there later.
Yeah, good.
So in each of the signature edition conversions, we have like a time capsule, which makes it even a bit more exclusive.
Yeah, that's super cool.
To lead it back to the old history.
Yeah.
This is the showroom we have. Here we deliver all the cars that are being built up in our workshop. Some of them are sold already, but also we have cars here that are still for sale. And so customers can also come here.
So these are getting delivered?
These are getting delivered, yeah. So they are all finished with conversion. They are just waiting that the customers pick them up or that the customer will buy it and drive home with it then.
You buy at Audi and then you come here and give it to you. You can't just order it from you?
It's also possible. So we have different options. The main option we do is that we sell to dealers, like Audi dealers in Germany or in the Netherlands or in Sweden, wherever. And these dealers, they have their cars already because they order it on their own spec. Then they deliver the car here, they do the conversion, and afterwards they pick it up again. But also we have a lot of dealers where we work together, where we buy our cars from. And then we get like the cars delivered here, we do the conversion, and then we try to find a customer. So these two options exist.
Yeah, I think I've seen one of these in Sweden.
Yeah, exactly. We have one in Sweden in a blue color.
Oh, yeah?
That was, yeah.
I think I've seen a grey one, RS6-R. Platinum cars.
Yeah, exactly. So we have one RS7-R in Sweden and one RS6-R. The RS7-R is at an Audi dealer.
Okay.
And the RS6-R is at Platinum Cars, exactly. Here we have the RS6 Legacy Edition.
Oh, this is the one.
This is the one, which is, in my opinion, my favorite RS6. And we can also have a look inside this car.
It's the most badass car ever. But it's not as limited as the other ones.
Yeah, so this is because officially this car is one step above the signature, under the signature edition. But from the parts itself, because also this model came on the market 2 years later than the signature edition. So also during the time we went more exclusive. And that's why it has also a huge amount of carbon in the exterior. It has a new wheel design, and you will see in the interior it has much more interior refinement, which is crazy.
Is there any cars in Sweden?
From that one, not yet. So this is the newest one. The main market is Germany, Netherlands, Austria, Italy.
Yeah.
But maybe when you have your RS6, we will have one in Sweden.
I wish. Wow. Oh yeah, so all of this is done also.
Exactly, yeah. So I will explain you. We have like in the interior, the first thing you see is a new steering wheel. So a new steering wheel in Alcantara, which makes it much more comfortable when you sit inside because it feels just so amazing.
Oh,
exactly. We have like the shift pedals also in Dynamica, how the material is called, as well as the entire entrance part. So when you touch here, everything is like much more and feels much more nicer. Also this one and this one, because in original it's more like a plastic part.
The smell is amazing.
Yeah, the smell is always that nice when the cars are new.
Yeah, is it brand new?
This is brand new, yeah. So we have cars that we sell with 2,000 kilometers, because when Audi says, okay, up is not an official Audi dealer, we have to have some kilometers on the car, but mostly they are brand new.
Wow. So how much do you want for this?
This car is
official?
Yeah, it's listed with around 280,000, including the tax.
If I send you my R6, do you put in, because this is additional option, the carbon.
Yeah.
But do you guys put in the carbon?
We can do it also in carbon. So this is, we don't have to do it in that material, when the car has like a carbon structure, we can also do an interior carbon.
Oh yeah.
So this one would be carbon, this one would be carbon, and also this entire area would be carbon. But in this case, it's always recommended to do it in Dynamica because you often touch it and you often step on it, and then the material lasts longer when it's Alcantara or Dynamica. So we have like a massive rear spoiler, which is just another step on what we had before, because this is not just optic, this is also for the aerodynamic.
It works? Yeah.
It works, yeah, because with this car you can drive 330 kilometers per hour, and I already tested it, so...
You've tested it?
Yeah. Last year, we were on an exhibition last year, and we had like our prototype that we built up, like the show car that we use for marketing reasons. And my colleague and me, we drove the car back from the exhibition. It was like midnight, something like that. The highway was empty, and then we could just floor
How was
it. It was crazy. So it's
It's the best car ever, no?
It's the best car ever.
I mean, the acceleration is pretty good. Stock.
Yeah.
It's enough.
Yeah.
When you're from Germany, you can actually say that you drove it in 300, but if you're from Sweden, you're not allowed. So you have to kind of say, I was in Germany when I did that.
Yeah. That's the good thing in Germany.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the politics are already discussing about a speed limit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, but already for a lot of years. So it seems that in the future we will have a speed limit.
But that's the whole thing with Germany, that you can go here and go fast.
Yeah. Nobody understands it, but it's also like a climate topic. So this is like the small center part, like the center console, the time capsule.
Ja, den här sitter i den här Johan Apt Edition, sitter den där i mitten på bilen. Får man med sig en bit av den där i bilen. Ascoolt. So what is that actually inside there?
That's like, you see the background there, it's like cut out from that. So it's the material where he used as a forge, and there he cut it out. And there
what did he use that for? That thing?
Yeah, that's like, I don't know the word in English, but it's like a hammer, something like that.
Okay.
And there he made...
From that one? Is it from that?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you buy rims from here and not? I mean, if you don't want to build the whole car, you can just buy rims.
You can also buy rims, but not this one, because this is like from the special editions.
Ah, okay. I like that one.
Yeah. So this is for the Urus, but this one is like for the RS6. So the model is almost the same. It looks a bit different with the.
Can you buy those?
You can buy those probably in a year or something like that.
Yeah.
When most RS6 are delivered.
Yeah.
But at the moment we want to have it like as much as exclusive.
Of course.
And that's why it's at the moment not for sale yet. So here's the RSQ8 Signature Edition, also the time capsule. And from the RSQ8 Signature Edition, that's the most exclusive RSQ8 we had so far. We have also the time capsule, but from the first trophy Johan Abt has won.
That's so cool.
In the motorsport.
So you cut it.
Exactly.
I alla special RS8 så har de skärt sönder trofén och så lägger de en bit av det i bilen. Ändå vågade skära sönder just den första trofén de har vunnit. Kolla hur fet.
Yeah, so this is like a bigger carbon structure compared to the other cars.
Yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, this is something else. Wow.
Yeah, and also to drive that car, that's also one of the best experience I had, because it's a SUV with 800 horsepower, and you can also drive 330 with that. You can make it higher than stock, or you can make it lower than stock.
It's low now?
Now it's, not the lowest level, but...
You can make it lower?
We can make it lower.
Oh, that's super cool. Jävla as.
So now it's lifting, so now it's in off-road.
Alltså kolfiber är så fett när det är sådär grovt. Du förstår inte på sånt där, men det är coolt.
All from the Netherlands, we offer like an exhaust system, which is an export one, TÜV, which is louder. So in this case, when the car...
Of course you can have louder cars in Poland and Czech Republic.
Yeah, how is it in Sweden?
I mean, probably the worst.
Ah, okay.
I mean, you can't barely have a car that's not electric.
Yeah, exactly.
Det är att han ska ge mig ett erbjudande jag inte kan säga nej till på den här.
Spännande.
Ja, men det har jag hört förr. Det brukar inte vara så bra. Sen går åka runt i den här, det är för mycket. Det är ju så här, titta på mig för fan, eller hur? You have everything in this. Is that an F1 car?
That's an F1 car. So this is where the company has its roots. So this is like the beginning of the motorsport history from Abt Sportsline, who is meanwhile one of the biggest German motorsport teams.
Do you have one of those sleds that he built from the beginning?
Yes, at the beginning, as I said, it was like this forge from Johann Abt. And it was also, this was the first building where Abt was located.
In Kempten?
This is in Kempten, this is directly in the city. Meanwhile, it's like, I think like a restaurant or something like that.
But the building is still there?
The building is still there, yeah. So this is also like one of the main streets in Kempten we have. And you see in 1930, this was like the first...
Before the war?
Exactly, before the war.
What did they do during the war?
During the war, I think that the company was not doing anything.
Yeah.
But after the war, we were like in a different building. This building still exists. In this building, it's like the Abt-E line inside. The Abt-E line is apart from Abt, but...
Is it down this street or?
No, it's down. It's also in the city, and there they try to develop and build up also cars. So the XGT is being built there, the R8, and also
that one, yeah,
exactly,
the race car.
And also they develop like what we can do with electric cars in the future and that stuff. So this is still located there. And back in the days, it was like just a normal dealership for Audi and Volkswagen cars.
Okay,
so back in the days, there was no tuning, no motorsport. It was just a normal car dealership. And then from time to time, like in the beginning of the 90s, there were the first GT car races with the cars that we see here.
Fuck. Wow.
This is like the first car that we had. And you can see here.
This is porn.
This is like 1995.
Yeah.
It's like the cheapest material that was available back in the day.
It's not carbon.
And you cannot imagine such a material in motorsport nowadays.
No.
What happened between 95 and 99, you see already like big names on the car. For example, you see PlayStation on the car. So Sony is a big partner from Abt.
Yeah, the biggest over there is like Castrol or
Exactly. So there, the name Abt was by far not that popular as it was in 99 already. And
this is still big today? The beer?
This is still big today, yeah.
That's like super cool.
Yeah, it's cool. And also, I mean, PlayStation in 1999 was also not that popular by far as it is now.
No.
So that was also something where you can be very proud today. Also, a very big part of the history is that car. So it's like the same model 1 year later, and it was used for the 24 hours race at the Nürburgring, but not in the normal racing class. This is like an Erdgas racing car, which is like an alternative fuel. And that's interesting because already in the year 2000, Abt Sportsline has made their thoughts. How can motorsport or how can the automotive sector look in 20 years?
Already back then.
Exactly.
So tight.
Yeah, and you can see how everything changed. So also how you could work with some carbon.
Looks like they grinded it down here. Look.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah, of course. So I mean, well, now it's also standing some time here already. So that's not how it was standing at the racetrack. But you see how close everything was and how it worked. Also, that are standing here. These are like the TT that also made Abt very, very famous. So our beginning of the successful motorsport time was with the TT. And that's why we are still proud of doing TT conversions. So this was also a car from the 24 hours race that was driving on the Nürburgring in 2004. 2004 is also the year where Matthias Ekström won his first DTM championship with Abt.
Yeah, you're driving 4 drivers and they change
Exactly.
every like
They
3
change
hours or
exactly
something.
like that. Yeah.
Even
From
before
DTM.
Red Bull came in the picture. That's like
Exactly.
yeah, more than 20 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. So Red Bull was already a part of the company in 2004, like a partner, but they didn't sponsor in each competition.
So this is a DTM car.
This is a DTM car. So this is the car which Matthias Ekström had in the DTM in 2004. Wow. So this is like the car where he won his first championship with. And so you as a Swedish guy, for you it's part of the motorsport history.
And I also know Matthias really good.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm gonna send him a picture.
You have to send him a picture, yeah. He will be happy.
The interior is crazy.
Yeah, and you also have to see how far behind the drivers were sitting. Yeah. And how the entire interior is looking like, because it has to be as light as possible. And
the weight like distribution.
Exactly, it should be more in the middle.
It's so far back.
Exactly, and it also has to be very, very safe, and that's how this car was built up. Yeah, and as you see,
like
we still have like the PlayStation signs on the car, so it was still a partner.
PlayStation 2.
Yeah, and Red Bull.
Ago.
So Red Bull is now, it's also a crazy story. Red Bull is a partner from us, so the founder of Red Bull, Dietrich Mateschitz, so he passed away, I think, 2 years now. 2 years ago, yeah. And he was one of the closest friends from Harry Unflat, who is also like a part of the company for almost 40 years now.
Okay.
So he's also responsible that the company grew that quick and that big. And he was a friend of the Red Bull founder when Red Bull had 3 employees. And that's how Red Bull is such a big partner from us. Crazy history.
So these are older than that one?
Exactly. So when you have a look from here, you can see these are 2 TT. The official name is TTR. But still they look a bit different. So the one car is from 2000, which is that one. And the other car is from 2002, before the season started. And that's why the company had to develop a car and build it up as quick as possible. But due to the fact that we have no test circuit here, they built up everything. And in the night, when everything was not that crowded, but more empty, they drove here on the highway, on the Autobahn, and tested it. And on each exit from the Autobahn, there was like 1 employee. And when the police was coming, they immediately made their call and said, leave the Autobahn, the police is coming. And that was like...
I wish I lived back then, not now. It was so much more fun.
Yes, definitely.
No rules.
Yeah. So nowadays you cannot imagine stuff like that.
No, you can't do anything.
Yeah, exactly. So you see, they learned how to build up a bigger, lighter rear spoiler, a bigger rear skirt, like a bigger diffuser, a different side, also different air intake and that stuff.
But they still have engines and they run, or?
No, at the moment.
They're empty?
So they are empty, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did you build dirt bikes, or those are just KTMs, no?
Yeah, so these are like from the private collection of the company owners from back in the day.
Okay.
And also some funny things.
Yeah.
So also at the DTM, back in the days, you have like some fun competitions in the paddock. And so each team had to build up like their own, how is it called in English, the machine to cut the grass.
650cc?
Yeah, and so they built up like that car, and they drove on a karting circuit with that, just as a fun project.
They can't do that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you can still do that, but yeah.
You can't tell anyone.
Exactly, yeah. And you see, this thing had already like 30 horsepower back in the days, and the normal such thing has normally 5, 6, or maybe 4.
Yeah, I know, like 4.
Yeah.
It's just...
And so 30 horsepower is quite a lot with such a car. Here you can see from Matthias Ekström from 2002 and 2003. Before he won his first championship, that was like his overall, and his helmet.
No Red Bull helmet.
No.
This is a long time ago.
Yeah, but then 1 year later he had his Red Bull helmet.
Yeah. And he's still with Red Bull since.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow! They engraved the tire with the...
Exactly. Yeah. That was after 2002, because in 2002 Laurent Aiello, he won the championship. That was the first DTM championship we won with the car we've just seen.
How many employees do you have?
We have around 220 employees.
Oh.
So inside this building here, so it goes up some meters, as you might have seen from outside, we have like 100. And then we also have like in the motorsport department and in the marketing office like maybe 30 or 40 in total, and then in the E-line also maybe 20. So in total I would say 220.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So here we have a Formula 1 car from Toro Rosso.
Okay, so it's the Alpha Tauri now, or?
Meanwhile it's Alpha Tauri. Yeah. So also Alpha Tauri doesn't exist anymore.
No, it's...
We have like a new name.
It's RB...
Yeah.
Something
like that, yeah. Yeah, but this was like a present that Red Bull gave us as a
present.
Yeah, just
a gift.
Yeah, so it has no engine, so it cannot drive, unfortunately, because otherwise it wouldn't stand here.
No.
But
they're so much bigger now, the cars.
Yeah.
This is like a F2 car.
Yeah, so meanwhile the car would probably go until here or here, something like that.
Wider, bigger tires.
Bigger, so that's why also Formula 1 developed a lot.
But they sounded better back.
Yeah, that's of course. So I was in Qatar at the Formula 1 in October, and I must say...
Last year?
Yeah. And I was a bit disappointed from the sound because it was not very loud. So
no.
It was, I mean, racing action itself, it's nice, performance is good, but for me it's important that the cars have sound, and that's why in the DTM where we are driving, it sounds much better. Yeah.
How old is this? Is this the RB6 or 5 or?
No, I think it's earlier. So this is from 2006.
Okay.
It was like the first Toro Rosso that existed.
So it doesn't have the RB name?
No,
because it's not a Red Bull car.
Yeah.
Still cool. It's still F1 car though.
Yeah. And also we have some nice Formula cars here that were really part of our own
You still have a relationship with PlayStation?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, we still.
Would be cool to have, what's the number now? 6?
5. 5, yeah. So this is like, nowadays it would be a Formula 3 car. Back in the days it was called Formula Masters.
Okay.
And the car was driven by Daniel Abt. He is also a famous YouTuber.
Yeah, I've seen him. He worked a lot with Jon Olsson.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know him?
I don't know him, but I mean, I've met him, but we don't know each other.
Okay.
He's a bit like on his own in Sweden.
Yeah. Okay.
Sticks to himself.
Okay, I see.
But I love him. He's done many cool things.
Yeah, okay. He's also like a customer from us.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I think he had RS6-LE, I think it was, twice. So he was...
Did you guys build that car that burned down in Netherlands?
No. These are the Formula cars from our racing history, from the mid-80s and mid-90s. And back in the days, these cars...
Just like stock wood.
Yeah, also here you see how motorsport like developed. So we had a BMW engine back in the days, and also it's like from the material that you see completely different than Formula cars.
You don't
nowadays.
work anything with BMW anymore?
No, absolutely nothing.
Absolutely not.
No, we are just, as we are focusing only on the Volkswagen cars, like Volkswagen, Audi, Lamborghini, Skoda, and that there's nothing.
Yeah, those are the best cars anyway.
Yes, exactly. And here it's cool because this car was driven by Ralf Schumacher.
Oh,
when he was
the brother.
Young. Exactly, when he was young. Maybe we also have a photo here.
Michael's brother.
Yeah, that's interesting because we can have a look at over there. We had
there
like Ralf Schumacher and Michael Schumacher.
And that's the car.
And that's the car. And it was for Ralf Schumacher like the beginning in the Formula racing. And
He's a bit younger than Michael.
He's a bit younger, yes, because Michael was already very famous. And that was even nicer because when Ralf Schumacher was driving here, Michael was also here sometimes in Kempten or at the racetrack.
Have you met him, or you were too young?
I was.
No, he had the injury in 2013. Huh?
Yes, exactly. So I have only seen Michael on the racetrack itself, not in
You've
person.
seen him race?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Do you have like a test track close by, or?
No, so tests need to be done at the official racetrack.
Okay.
I think the tests are always at the Lausitzring, if I'm correct.
Oh my! Yeah, I saw this one. This is like my dream car. Sugen fet jävel alltså. Yeah, this is the coolest car ever.
This is a room, we call it Edelschmiede. Edelschmiede is also something like forge, how the company was founded. And it's like a special room where we introduce new models, where we hand over or deliver special cars like this RS7, and or where we do like very, very important meetings, or where we also invite customers here when we are currently offering them cars and that stuff. So that's why this room here is very, very special. It's still being driven sometimes. For example, it was driven some months ago where the daughter of Hans-Jürgen Abt married. She used this car for driving to the church. So that's pretty cool.
The thing is, I mean, some people they just see an old car, but this is so much more.
Yeah, it's
but
so much more.
It has like a Abt package.
This is like an Abt car, so it has some engine modifications and it has wheels. So it's like one of very, very few Quattros that have like Abt parts.
Alltså det här är så sjuk bil. Jag förstår ju för vissa ser det ut som en gammal bil, men det är ju en helt sinnessjuk bil. Yeah, that looks, and that also looks crazy.
Yeah, this is a car where we haven't seen today. It's an RS7 Legacy Edition.
Oh yeah.
So it's pretty similar to RS6 Legacy Edition, but the carbon structure is from the RSQ8 Signature Edition. So it has like the big and white carbon structure.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, with 760 horsepower, or if the customer wishes to, we can also make the 1000 conversion. And this is also a car which is sold already, and the delivery will take place inside here. So
the spoiler looks so good when it almost like touches the fenders back there.
Yeah, that's a
nice detail.
It's a nice detail, and which is cool because everything that is installed on that car, so the car itself, everything was designed inside that house. So we have like one employee here, one colleague. He's like responsible for the design.
Oh, yeah.
And he gets like a 3D graphic from the car itself, and then he designs the front lip or the front grille and the hood and that stuff. So everything was designed completely in detail by him.
In this house?
In this house, yes.
It looks amazing. Almost better than, I mean, usually I like the RS6 better, but with this kit,
yeah, in this
looks
kit,
crazy.
In this kit, it's more difficult to decide if you like RS6 small or RS7, because that looks really, really
looks
cool.
so long, like big.
Yeah, and then when you also have a nice power upgrade, a nice exhaust system, and a nice interior, then the package is absolutely perfect.
It looks like it has 1000 horsepower.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's only one difference is, of course, the power upgrade, and that here is a small badge inside saying 1000.
Okay, so if you have 1000 horsepower, it says on the...
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Then it says here and also in the front. Then it doesn't say one of 200.
And there won't be many cars with...
There will be a total 25. So maybe 15 R6 and 10 R7, something like that.
So when you feel that, when all of those like 25s are sold,
if there's a guy who has like one of these with 760, can they, if they want it?
So yeah, they are not strictly limited to 25. We just think of doing 25. So we see when 25 are built within the next 4 or 5 months, then we discuss it internally. Can we do more? Because officially, it doesn't say one of 25 or something like that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also it was a big development work. So to develop the power upgrade to 1000, we drove 1.5 or 2 years because it was not that simple, and you need like new turbos, new intercoolers, bigger air intakes, and what we also have, what you will see later, is an additional water ethanol mixture tank in the rear. And when you push a button on the steering wheel, then this mixture runs directly into the engine to cool it down quicker and to make like the all mixture more sportive, and then you have the 1000 horsepower.
Okay. So a lot of work to have 1000 horsepower.
It's a lot of work.
I mean, in Sweden, you see some people, they claim they have 1000 horsepower in RS6s, but I don't believe them.
Yeah, it's for us also difficult to understand, because I mean we took like 1.5 or 2 years development, and so it's always interesting or difficult to see, okay, this other car from any other brand says it has 1000 horsepower, but it was built within or developed within 3 weeks. And then, I mean, we have very experienced engineers here. It's always difficult to see.
But maybe you build it to like last with 1000 horsepower?
Yeah.
But do you have 1000 horsepower in the engine or on the hubs or on the wheels?
No, it's in the engine.
Okay, it's in the engine.
Yeah. And so that's why it's also, I mean, we could also develop a power upgrade to 1000 much earlier, but I mean, we don't want to make things too quick.
No.
And so we only bring out power upgrades when we know that the engine will last for that.
Yeah.
And if not, then we will not bring out this product.
And maybe that's the thing. I mean, if a private person just wants 1000 horsepower, he can risk it all, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
He just wants to say it has 1000 horsepower, and then he's happy.
Of course. Because we also get inquiries from customers or from dealers that say, oh, here's a car that already has 1000 horsepower. Can we bring out something together to make it to 1500 horsepower? But we always say no, because
1500?
Yeah, so they want, but we always say no, because we don't touch cars that already have on the engine some things from different companies.
Yeah, okay.
So we always want to have the car here and see, okay, this is an up part.
So you can trust all your stuff.
Exactly. Okay, so this is the workshop.
Yeah.
We have 3 different areas in the workshop. This is like the center part, where we do all the service for Volkswagen and Audi, where we change wheels, where we install power upgrades, where we install suspension work and exhaust systems. That's what's being done here.
Okay.
And you see there are many different cars in many different conditions.
Yeah.
So some of them have not received any work yet. Some of them just get now their service or oil change.
But do you guys use like winter tires?
Yes, we have to.
Oh yeah, okay.
And so you see 2 more RS6 Legacy Edition in black.
What's that? Is that Monaco or something?
This is Liechtenstein.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those guys have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so is it like dented or something?
Yeah. So you see, that's not black. It's more like a blue.
Oh yeah,
black.
yeah.
And in this tunnel, cars come inside when the work is finished, and when they have to see everything in detail. That's why there's light from all over.
Oh.
And so they see, you see there are some markings here, so there might be some small damages that have to be fixed before the car can be delivered to the customer. Also, it's a nice tunnel to do like marketing videos, Instagram pictures and that stuff. And so this car, they checked it, it's cleaned already, now they have to make the damages repaired, the small things.
Wow.
And then the customer will pick it up.
Yeah. I'm guessing he's pretty pumped to come here.
Pretty sure, yes.
Oh, so this is a new car that's getting rebuilt.
Exactly.
He's done it before.
Yeah, so
No
this is how it looks like. When the glue has to dry, then they fix it with the tape.
Yeah. These are also getting rebuilt, or?
Yeah, so this is the SQ7. SQ7 also popular, but more for the power upgrade. So the SQ7 in stock has 507 horsepower, the petrol one. And we have a power upgrade up to 650. And that's a big, big step. And
Yeah.
customers really love to have this.
Yeah, these are winter tires.
Yeah. So here another RS6 Legacy Edition.
It's so packed.
Yeah, and what makes it also cool is like the engine cover, which is made special for these Legacy
From
Editions.
the racetrack to the road.
Yeah.
Have you been in this one?
Yes, you cannot imagine how fast it really
I
is.
can
here.
imagine. I can imagine that I can't imagine.
What a weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Feels like Sweden, exactly like Sweden. Yeah, a bit warmer. The thing is, when it rains right now in Sweden, it's snow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love these kind of workshops.
Yeah, it's nice because everything that happens here has to do with our motorsport. And as I said, it's one of the biggest motorsport teams that there is in Germany.
Yeah.
This car here is the pit stop dummy, so they use it to train their pit stops for the DTM team.
You have one of these cars to train pit stops.
What we have here is the Lamborghini, so these will be the Lamborghini Urus conversions.
You only rebuild the S. I mean the Performante
We do
is
all
already
three.
built almost.
Yeah, but we do also Performante conversions.
Yeah.
Most of them are S, because for S, the Performante already has a big engine,
Yeah.
the carbon and on the hood and that stuff. So mostly we make S.
They've changed some stuff already, huh?
Yeah,
Like
so
this
here,
and-
exactly, here they removed some parts already, so the rear's already there, the rear wing.
Yeah, that looks good. It's a good looking car, but the RSQ8 I like it. It's a bit better, I think.
This is an area which you don't use that often anymore, because back in the days in the DTM you had to build up your own gearbox, your own engine, all the carbon work had to be done by ourselves. So this is like a sensor. So you see here are a lot of sensors, and when cars go to the racetrack, they pull it up here, scan every little detail of the car. When it comes to the racetrack, that it's already the best possible setup, so that they can already drive quick and just have to make some fine adjustments.
Yeah. Oh, wow!
Exactly.
Let me in! Släpp in för fan! Kolla hur mycket gamla...
So the cars were like from private collection of the company up. Then
But that's another one, RS6X.
That's an X. X is not an official special edition. X is for the Autohaus Scherer, which is in Germany. It's the biggest Audi dealer we have.
Okay, so you can only buy it through them.
Yes, exactly.
This is like a dream to have cars like this just standing on on shelves.
This would also be my dream. So here it's a bit dark.
Yeah. You can put lights on?
Yeah, so the thing is, this is not an official area here.
Okay, so we can't film?
You can film, but I don't know where the light is.
No.
I will have a look.
Wow!
If I find some light here.
Look at it. What is it, an S2 or RS2 or?
That's an RS2,
Yeah.
That's an RS2.
RS2 upped.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah, so conversions back in the day were not that heavy like they are now. So we just made some smaller details here.
But I guess with those cars, people would prefer it as stock as possible.
Exactly.
Because those cars are popular now.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, and those rims, the ones we were talking about. 1 of 99. That's pretty cool.
It's a lot of history, yeah.
Ja, nu ska vi se något nytt. Jag har ingen aning.
Yeah, so this is the GT3 RS, the
Yeah.
new one from Daniel.
I've driven it.
You've driven it?
So Daniel owns this?
This is his own car, yeah. And he also
Too
drove
bad
it
for
on the
him.
racetrack already.
Yeah.
And he said that's one of the craziest cars that you can use on the racetrack.
Yeah.
And it's standing next to his previous Formula E
Oh,
car.
okay.
So this is the Audi Formula E car. And it was driven until 2020, I think.
But that car is one of the coolest looking cars at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. This is the crew from Daniel. So his content creators are sitting there, and his manager.
He's got more than one content creator?
Yeah, he has 3, I think. So 3 camera guys. And he has.
So he's doing YouTube all the time?
Yeah, he's doing YouTube. He's also sometimes in the television when he is commentating some Formula E races. But his YouTube channel, meanwhile, is pretty big. He has, I think, over 500,000 subscribers. Yeah. And also he does a lot for TikTok and Instagram and that stuff.
Perfect.
And also
I need an office like that.
And you can. This is his own office. So this is like the helmets that he had during his racing career.
Where is he now?
He's also at the launch event for the motorsport.
I thought you were gonna say like Dubai or something.
No.
Oh, he's got the 100,000.
Yeah, that's the YouTube play button.
That's the old one, so I guess he's been doing it for a while.
Yeah, he's doing that already since 2017, I think.
Fan vad fint. Tänk att ha 3 som sitter och redigerar. Va?
Och att ha sånt där kontor. Man ser så här på eftermiddagen. Vi har preview på nästa video. Sitter man så här och har förvisning.
De ringer bara, nu är videon klar, då kommer han in här. Kollar på sin gamla bil. Ska ta ut den idag? Nej, fan. Så sätter han så här, kollar, så går han in på kontoret där, vet en sväng.
Tar en espresso här.
Den där datorn där inne sätter han ju aldrig på. Nej, han rör den. De är bara där för sin skull. Svara på ett mail. That's a cool office. So if this was my content creator, I would stand like this and watch them. Good. That looks good. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Inviting us.
Yeah, thank you for your visit. It was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure for us also.
I wish you a very good trip home.
Yeah, well, I'm not the most lucky man on the planet, so we'll see about that. But
hopefully the airplane will take off and that you will land in time. And see you again soon.
As soon as we lift, I'm good. I don't care if we land at like 1 hour too late. As soon as we lift, I'm good.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you. Jävla biljävel alltså.